Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff White, Jeff White Fitness Solutions. Thanks for checking out this video. And this is another body game video, and with a twist. In this body game video, we're going to talk about diet, but in particular, we're going to talk about intermittent fasting. Now, let me say, my body game videos are for older gentlemen and older people. Well, pretty much anybody can watch it, male or female of all ages, but it's specifically geared towards men over age 50 like myself. And body game is a popular term. Shout out to Ron Wills, Noto Content, MJ Get Right, Ivan Parfait, and some others who have some really good content about body game. But primarily, a lot of their content is more towards dealing with opposite sex and being more attractive to the opposite sex, which is all well and good. But as you age, as you get older, your priorities should change a bit. And for me, body game is more about being as healthy as I can be. I've been working out pretty much my entire life. So I've always been into fitness and healthy eating and really working out to try to look my best. But as you get older, that kind of takes a back burner, and it's more about being as healthy as you can. So in this video, we're going to talk about diet and in particular intermittent fasting. And I want to talk about some of the benefits. And this is something that the average person doesn't really do. When you're really big into working out, you're told to eat, 4, 5, 6 times a day on a really strict diet, which is all well and good. But again, as you age, your body changes and you want to stay on top of those changes. And one way you may be able to do that is with intermittent fasting. And let me say, with intermittent fasting, you can still work out too. And I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, let's get started with this video. Please like the video, please leave a comment, and please subscribe. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I like to talk about a variety of different things, and this is just another great topic I think we can really enjoy. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So let's define what intermittent fasting is, and it is basically a diet that consists of periods of eating and fasting. So, in other words, you will only eat or not eat during a specific period of time. And they can range anywhere from an 8-hour window to a 12-hour window. So, basically, you would have 8 hours to eat, and then for the rest of that day, you don't eat. And that's basically it. It's really simple. It's a very straightforward eating plan. The key, though, is when you do eat, you are eating very healthy meals. Because what happens is, if you don't eat for a while, when you finally eat, your body's going to be craving and needing nutrients. So you don't break your fast eating with junk food or candy. You want to make sure you're eating the healthiest foods you can get your hands on. And that's basically, vegetables, fruits, nuts and seeds, lean meat, and stuff like that. So that's basically what fasting is in a nutshell. Again, it is simple. And how can I put this? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do some of the most important things in life. They're pretty basic and straightforward. And intermittent fasting is just one of those things. You pick a certain time frame, you eat, and then outside of that time frame, you don't eat. It's just that simple. And I can honestly tell you that I'm in my 50s, and when I was in high school, I started lifting weights, and I was really into the bodybuilding and all of that. And I took the supplements, the amino acids. I never did steroids. I've always been natural, never always been clean. But I did all that. I ate 6 times a day. I did all of those different things. I even, went vegan for a couple of weeks just to try that out. But I can honestly say the best thing I have ever done as far as my health is fasting. Intermittent fasting. I intermittent fast every single day. I don't eat meals before noon. Some days I won't eat until 4 p.m. That's just me. And I've even done longer fasts. I'll talk about that in a second. But I think it's important to try different things and see how your body responds. Don't do something because everyone else does it. But that's what works for me. And as I say, I'm in my 50s. I don't get sick. I get allergies, but I don't really get sick. Um, I I don't get sick, and I'm not on any medication. Um, I have no outstanding health issues. Blood pressure's good, cholesterol's good, no diabetes, and I really um, give credit to intermittent fasting and exercise and just eating a clean, healthy diet and lifestyle for that. But intermittent fasting has been huge for me. Okay, so that's basically intermittent fasting in a nutshell, but let's continue on. Now, you don't hear about intermittent fasting very much. It's just not a popular topic, but there are quite a few people who do intermittent fasting, and there are quite a few athletes who do it as well. And here are just a few here that I posted about. You can do your own research and find out their specific routine, but it is something that you should at least know about. Either if you do it, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's okay. I would rather you at least know what's out there, and then you can decide if you want to do it. Unfortunately, fasting doesn't get any public publicity, and one big reason is because no one can make any money on it. I mean, how can you make money off of people not eating? You can't. Not only that, it has a lot of health benefits that we're going to go over in just a second too, which might be another reason why they just don't want to talk about it. But as you can see here, there are some athletes who are into intermittent fasting, and I'm not a pro athlete, never have been, but I have been a personal trainer for many years, and I can honestly tell you that I can work out no problem without eating. As I said before, I've gone on a typical day till 4 o'clock without eating, and in that morning I'll work out, have good solid workouts, 2 hour bike rides, 3 hour bike rides, and just drinking my water, my electrolytes, but no solid food, and I'm fine. So it is very possible, very doable, and the kicker is I wasn't even hungry. But that's how the power of intermittent fasting is. But we're going to talk about how it works right now. Okay, so when it comes to intermittent fasting, it's a very simple concept and procedure. And basically, it's like this: your body gets energy from two sources. The first one is the food we eat. Can you guess what the second one is? And I give you a hint. It's the first bullet point. If you don't eat, your body is forced to use stored fat for energy. So your body can get energy from the food it eats or the stored fat. But here's the kicker though. Most people, they never allow their body to use stored fat for energy because they're eating every 30 minutes. They're snacking on something. They're drinking soda. They are eating 4, 5, 6 times a day. Your body has zero incentive to use that stored fat. So it loses the ability to do so. Or if you try to do so, it's going to be very difficult because your body is just used to eating all the time. And that's a great way for fat burning and weight loss. And here's just a fun video I made many years ago of a jump rope routine I did. But this is a really great routine to do if you are intermittent fasting. And I say that because of that last bullet point. Exercising while you fast can help you burn even more fat, which can increase weight loss. So this is a great way to lose weight. One thing I found that was a great bonus for me is your muscle mass is retained while you're intermittent fasting. See, the body knows to use stored fat for energy and anything else in the body that it doesn't need. It knows it needs the muscles, so it won't even bother with your muscles. And you can see that with football players like Derrick Henry. He's a really big guy, very muscular, but he intermittent fast too. So muscle mass isn't bothered. And intermittent fasting can be performed every day. And as I said before, I don't eat breakfast. Sometimes I won't eat until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Other days I may not eat until 4 p.m. And I have no problem with that. The key is to drink a lot of water and stay hydrated. And then when you break the fast, you just eat a really healthy meal. It's just that simple. Now, the irony is you will rarely hear about intermittent fasting because, again, no one can make money off of it. This is one of the world's best kept secrets. So let's see what else the fasting can do for you. So another benefit of intermittent fasting could help decrease the risk of type 2 diabetes. Now, one potential link between diabetes and your risk of getting it is being overweight. And as we discussed in the previous slide, intermittent fasting can help with weight loss, which in turn could decrease the risk of type 2 diabetes. And in addition, intermittent fasting may help reduce insulin resistance. And this is really interesting if you think about it. If you're constantly eating, your blood sugar increases, it can spike and then it can go down. And if you eat again, it'll spike and then it'll go down. And it constantly does that till eventually your body gets addicted to that and it's going to crave those spikes. It's going to cause you to have to keep eating. And if you don't eat, then your blood sugar could crash too low, then you could, have serious health issues. Well, when you intermittent fast, your blood sugar becomes regulated. It learns how to regulate itself and stay at a constant level. It's not constantly spiking. So if you can do that, then that can help decrease your risk of having diabetes. And then it reduces that insulin resistance that we discussed. So think about it. Some people, they simply cannot go a couple hours without eating. And then that's especially true for diabetics. They have to constantly eat something. And if they don't, that sugar could crash, and that could be a very dangerous, life-threatening situation for them. So let me say right now that before you start intermittent fasting, if you've never done it before, check with your doctor first. And this is especially true if you have certain health issues like diabetes or you're diabetic, because in a lot of instances you're required to eat periodically throughout the day. But with intermittent fasting, you don't eat. So that could cause a lot of trouble for you. So talk to your doctor first. That's very, very important. And then if you're on medication, a lot of times your medication will require you to eat before you take it. So again, if you're not eating, that may have a problem or clash with your medication. So always talk to your doctor first before you do anything. And I want to show you this direct your attention to the picture here. A lot of people are pre-diabetic and don't even know it. They don't have it yet, but they're on the cusp of getting it. So it's very important that you pay very close attention to your health and do everything you can to maintain good health so you don't fall into some of these unfortunate categories or statistics. So always be on the lookout for symptoms of various health issues. And in this case, we're going to talk about diabetes. So common symptoms include excessive hunger or thirst, frequent urination, weight gain or weight loss, blurred vision, or poor wound healing. If you are experiencing any of these, talk to your doctor because you might be having issues with diabetes. All right, guys. So the third benefit of fasting is it can help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. And inflammation and oxidative stress typically occur when there are too many free radicals in the body and not enough antioxidants to neutralize them. So your body's just being overrun with bad stuff and it just can't fight it off. And as a result, you get sick. Have you ever seen someone who is always getting sick? They always catch a cold. They always catch the flu. They always have something going on. Well, that might mean they don't have enough antioxidants in their body to fight off the nasty stuff that keeps getting bombarded or just pouring into their body or growing in their body. Intermittent fasting can help with that. And there are two things to consider. When you're intermittent fasting, you're not eating. And 9 times out of 10, for the average person, that means you're not eating the junk food that's making you sick in the first place. That's number one. Number two, when you don't eat, it gives your body the opportunity to cleanse itself. See, intermittent fasting is like a detox. It allows you to detoxify. It's the natural way to detoxify. And what it does is it gets rid of all the bad stuff. As I said before, when you aren't eating, you're using stored fat for energy. But what it also does is it uses the bad and diseased cells in your body for energy as well. So to use it, and it will remove it from the body like a scavenger. It just picks it up and removes it from the body. And it can remove it in several ways. It can remove it from sweat. It can remove it when you go to the bathroom. It can even remove it through your lungs as you exhale the carbon dioxide out. So there are many ways it can come out of your body. Even passing gas is a way of detoxifying the body. So when you fast, your body's just going to get it out of it any way it can. And on a side note, I will say, if you look at that picture here, I do have an online course about healthy eating. This is a free course that is available on Udemy. And it is titled Top Health and Diet Tips for Go-Getters and Entrepreneurs. This is a free course, so check it out. And back to our regularly scheduled program. Intermittent fasting can help, as I say, help with inflammation and oxidative stress. And these are some serious health issues, and they have been linked to rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune disorders, lupus, gastrointestinal disorders, and damage to tissues and organs. So inflammation is nasty, and I'm sure we've seen commercials where they talk about reducing inflammation, things of that nature, and intermittent fasting is just one way to do it. Now, ideally, you would intermittent fast. Like I said, I do it every day. But if you can do it several days a week where you simply skip breakfast, that can really help you and maybe extend it out a little longer throughout the day. There are many different strategies to do this, as we talked about. You can do an 8-hour window, a 12-hour window, but you have to find out what's going to work best for you and your body and your schedule. But intermittent fasting has some amazing health benefits, and let's go over a couple more. Now, here's a great benefit that you definitely won't hear about in mainstream media, but intermittent fasting may help reduce the risk of cancer. And there are several reasons for this. And the first two are, as we discussed before, intermittent fasting can help decrease the risk of obesity, and it can help reduce the risk of inflammation. And both of these could increase the risk of getting cancer. Very important. So intermittent fasting has many health benefits, and they feed off of each other. So I think we all know that being overweight increases your risk of various diseases, and intermittent fasting can help. That's one of the first it can help with. And if you can keep your weight in check, then that's the first step in being healthy, and intermittent fasting can help with that. See, here's the deal though, that makes intermittent fasting great. And I talked about this briefly in the previous slide, but it allows the body to repair itself. And what it does is, as I say, it burns the stored fat. It uses stored fat for energy, but it also repairs or removes sick and diseased cells in the body. It finds those cells, it attacks them, and it either removes them like a detox, uses them for energy, or repairs them. And here's something else, I'm sure you guys know this. Cancer cells are fed via sugar. Sugar is like a fuel for cancer. The junk foods, the processed foods, they're all high in sugar and high fructose corn syrup. and cancer cells love that stuff. But again, if you're not eating, you're starving the cell. You're starving that cell like it's like oxygen. You don't give it oxygen, it dies. So if you're not eating, it's not being fed that sugar. So they can't grow and faster. So they're becoming weaker. And then on top of that, your body starts to attack those sick and diseased cells and remove them. That's one of my personal favorite benefits of fasting. So if you can do this on a consistent basis, then you are just helping your body within that much more. So this is my concern as you get older, as if you practice body game. If you're eating 4, 5, 6 times a day, you might be doing your body a disservice because you're not allowing it to burn fat like it was designed to do, and you may not be able to remove things in your body that should not be there. Now, some people may say, well, I eat healthy, so I don't have to worry about it. You think you're eating healthy, but you just don't know. You just don't know if there's a hidden chemical in that food you're eating, or you don't know if there's pesticides on that vegetable that you're eating. And you're steadily eating it, and you're steadily accumulating whatever it could be. You just don't know. But if you're not eating at all, nothing is going in. So that means your body can help remove whatever it is, even if you don't know what it is. Just something to think about. And then another benefit is it might delay the onset of those cancer tumors. So intermittent fasting, in my opinion, is second to none. And of course, as I said, they won't talk about this in mainstream media because they simply can't make money off of it. And they definitely can't make money off of you if you're not sick, because sickness is a billion-dollar industry. I'm a firm believer the body has the ability to heal itself if we give it the opportunity. And intermittent fasting is just a prime example of that, because as you can see here, the fifth benefit, and there are many others, I just went over 5 just for time, but this fifth benefit is crucial for brain health because it may help improve your brain health. And what it does is it helps stimulate the growth of new nerve cells in the brain, which benefits brain function. Look at it like this. Every day, your body is getting rid of old cells and new cells are created all throughout your body. This occurs every single day. You're getting new cells. When you fast, your body is allowing itself to create new, healthier cells. Look at it like this too. When you're constantly eating junk food, that junk food is being converted into cells in your body. And those cells may not be the healthiest cells. And don't forget, as I said before, sugar feeds the cancer cells in your body. Think about it. Cancer cells are being fed by the food you eat. If you're eating healthy food, you're going to have healthier cells. If you are fasting, your body can get rid of the healthier set, the sick cells or disease cells more efficiently than if you're eating. So it's a very great benefit. And then that's where it stimulates the growth of new nerve cells in the brain, which can benefit brain function. So these cells are going to be healthier cells. So it can reduce the risk of various neurological disorders. So intermittent fasting, studies have indicated it may help with Parkinson's disease, strokes, and Alzheimer's disease. So it's very important for your brain health as well. Have any of you ever eaten something and you feel like that brain fog and you just can't concentrate? Has it ever happened to you? It's the food. The food can do a lot of things to our brains. The food can stimulate the production of various hormones and things of that nature in our bodies and in our brains. They can be good or bad. So it's very important that you understand the role of the diet and how it can impact our overall health. So, for an example, if you eat foods that are high in sugar and processed foods, they can lead to imbalances in the brain of hormones like dopamine and serotonin, and these impact both your mood and energy levels. And this is a very important point here. Have you ever been depressed or know someone who's depressed or not happy, and they turn to comfort foods to feel better? What foods do they typically turn to? They turn to fast food, they turn to cookies, they turn to cakes and desserts. They turn to the worst foods to feel better because it affects their brain. But not only does it affect their brain, it can cause obesity and other major health issues. Not to mention, some of these foods that are high in sugar and things of that nature are very addictive. So before you know it, you're craving these bad foods. And why are you craving it? Because they're affecting your brain and the hormones in your brain. They're triggering the the production or craving of dopamine. It's a drug. It's just a legal drug, but the end result is still the same. It's just not good for you. So, with that said, I'm going to do a little transition. If you look here on this slide, you can see one of my books. I am a published author, and this book is available on Amazon. It's titled The Diet of Success: Healthy Eating Tips for Hardworking Professionals. Check that book out if you want more information about some, different diets and healthy eating tips and things of that nature. It is a great book for you to check out and add to your literary collection. All right, everybody, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And I didn't really talk about this, but fasting helps you not only physically, but mentally and spiritually as well. This is why you see so many religions have fasting also. It cleanses your body and your mind. Now, with that said, check out my book, The 3 Pillars of Strength: Increasing Your Physical, Mental, and Spiritual Fitness. And in that book, I talk about the things we can do to be the best we can be physically, mentally, and spiritually. That book is available on Amazon, and check it out. So here are a few tips as far as intermittent fasting. Seriously, think about it, do your research, and see if it's right for you. It is a great way to maintain good health without really doing anything extra. So what you want to do is you want to skip breakfast and eat a healthy lunch. And you want to eat until full when you break that fast, because if you do that, then your body knows it's not in starvation mode. So do not break the fast and just eat a little bit of food, because then your body will just hold on to every calorie. But if you eat until full, then your body says, oh, I'm not really starving, so I could burn these extra calories while we fast. And when you fast, make sure you drink plenty liquids. I'm talking water, tea, or coffee, but don't have any cream or sugar in them. But drink plenty of water, because that'll help keep you full and it'll help you flush out toxins. All right, guys. So that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment, and we will talk soon. Take care.